Hello and welcome back to a special edition of the Players Club podcast. This is season 2, episode 25. Ooh, that looks good. Our last one of the semester, and unfortunately our last one with our boy Bryan Pereira right
Our
here.
last one ever. Well, not gonna say ever.
Not gonna say ever. The last one for right now. It's never goodbye. Just see you later. You know.
Where have I heard that before?
Probably a lot of places. It's a very
No, but there's a movie that said that.
But yeah, we got a good episode. Last night was a crazy night for basketball. We are in a new setup, as you can see.
We're just back in our studio.
Back in the studio,
not in
but
a couch.
It's a little more professional this time. We're not on the couch chilling. We got the official desk. Shout out FSC because we have another show, The Snake Bite. Go watch it on YouTube.
Which is filming later today, which is why we're on the desk.
So yeah, let's get right into it. I know you watched some of the games yesterday. I didn't get a chance to watch anything but the end of the Lakers.
You gotta. The guy at the Darvin Ham. My fault.
Darvin Ham. What are we gonna do about him? Every time I tune into a Lakers game, it pisses me off.
He always has his hands in his pocket.
Every time I watch a Lakers game, it pisses me off. And I decided, I was like, if I watch them, they're gonna lose. So I won't.
You didn't watch it?
Then I couldn't help myself because they were winning by a lot. So I started watching.
It's all your fault.
I started watching the fourth quarter, and then all I see is Jamal Murray hit that shot live, and I'm like, of course, of course. I said to myself at halftime, I was like, oh, they're up 15. Let's see if they hold on to that lead. Then I check again. Oh, it's a 4-point game. What a surprise.
And then you were like,
yeah. They're cooked. It's over. They're cooked. They needed one in Denver because how are you up 20?
I'm not going to lie.
And you lose.
I'm not going to lie. That was a foul on D'Lo. It was a foul.
That wasn't the thing that lost in the game, though?
But you can't blow a 20-point lead.
No. I thought he was crying about later in the fourth quarter when Bryan went for a layup off of a pick and roll and then called for a foul, which he got hit too.
It's when D'Lo
But
got
the
smacked
D'Lo
in the
thing
face.
also, like, 80 what? He scored like
32.
4 points in the
yeah.
last like couple minutes of the game, or the entire fourth quarter or whatever. Probably less. Jokic was babying him. Jamal Murray actually decided to get going. Why is he turning to Steph Curry when he plays the Lakers, bro? Like, he was bad all game, and then in the end, he just decides to hit 3 shots in a row.
9 for 24 is not that good. 0 for 5 from 3.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just taking notes on stuff. I'm just getting my thoughts down, and I can finally shut it down. They're cooked. You can't see it. Every time I
thought you were gonna start doing math.
Every time I come to a conclusion, I'm gonna put it down right here.
Joker 27, 20, and 10 though is crazy. Did you see the most 20?
I'm so tired of him, bro.
Have you seen who?
I'm so tired of
Did you
Jokic.
see the I think it was ESPN or NBA. Someone posted it, and it was like 20, 20, and 10 in a playoff game, and it's like Will Chamberlain, I think, or no, Kareem did it. It was Kevin Garnett did it. I can't remember who else did it. Like, and it says the one day they did it, and it says Nikola Jokic 4 times. 4 times. It's crazy.
They've lost 10 straight to LA. And any of y'all, now hold on. People are saying, oh, he's not the GOAT. My GOAT never lost 10 straight to any team. Jordan lost 13 straight to the Celtics. Don't get me started on that, bro.
So in other words,
and there's no point in bringing that up because you can be great and still lose a lot to a good team. Like,
in other words,
neither of them should be at fault for that.
Jacob has Jordan not even in his top 10.
No, I didn't even say. Neither of them should be at fault for that. Like, if they lose to the Celtics, they were probably loaded because it was like the legendary Celtics, sure, whatever. If they lose to the Nuggets because they're probably the most complete team in the league, it's tough. But good teams can beat great players.
Yesterday, the Nuggets did shoot more more free throws than the Lakers.
But D'Lo shot.
But game one, the Lakers took 13 more free throws and made 12 more.
And still lost.
The Nuggets went 5 for 6 from the line. How does a team only shoot 6 free throws in a game? I'm not complaining.
I think
just
D'Lo
saying.
broke the Lakers franchise record for threes in a game. He had like 7. I think he was.
Oh,
7.
did he actually?
Yeah, he was like 7 or 8. And
No, he's been cooking.
Like, he's finally balling.
He's been cooking for real.
You couldn't get a better play from Bron or AD. It's AD probably landed the game for sure, but they both put up numbers. It was the rest of the team that just is nowhere to be found.
Austin Reeves had 9 points.
That's unacceptable, bro. They're the kind of team because you look at the
He went
Denver's.
0 of 5 from
You
three.
look at Denver's like.
Or actually 1 of 5 from 3. Sorry.
Yeah, they're a box score. You have 4 different guys getting like 10 plus, 15 plus. You know what I mean? You have the big guys getting like 20, 25. But then you have the guys filling out the roster also scoring and contributing like they should. They're tough defensively. The altitude got to the Lakers in the end. You can see how gassed they were, except Bryan, somehow. Bro's almost 40, and he's the most fit one on the court. Can you imagine?
Probably the richest too. Spends $2 million on his body
But
every
I'm saying,
year.
like,
Not everybody can
all
do
of
that.
them can afford more. Can you imagine if even some like sixth man took their like training as seriously as like a Kobe or like a Bryan, like one of the greater players? You know what I mean? I feel
That's
like
what y'all get for taking Gabe Vincent, Namdi left, right, from Miami. And he's getting that $15
Miami
million
doing right
a year, right, to get Cardi. Same as the Lakers right now, so I don't know what you want to try. Okay, buddy?
both teams.
Actually, the Lakers are 0-2, and the Heat are 0-1. Okay, so technically
we'll be
better.
0-2 after tonight.
Technically
Both
better.
teams are cooked. Both teams are cooked. It's over. Even if they win 2 in LA, which they have to at this point, like you're not gonna win 2 more in Denver right after that. There's no way.
NBA's all 4 of 7, right?
Yeah. They have to potentially steal one in Denver. I don't know. Even when you think the Nuggets are gonna play bad, they end up not.
Yeah, when you think Michael Porter Jr. is going to have a whole bunch of
he hits that
family
crazy
problems,
3.
and then
I
ends
saw
up
that
doing
and I was just like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Like, of course he's gonna shoot that. It's the same thing with the Warriors. The Warriors were always a second half team unless they were blowing somebody out by 30 in the first. You know, they would come out third quarter and just start annihilating people. And Nuggets the same way, except the fourth quarter, they just somehow remember to play basketball.
What do you think of the? So, like, you know, enough talk about them. The Suns Thunder series, the Suns Timberwolves series. I think
that's probably what I've seen the least
That is
of.
the most fantastic. Nah, all I saw was Anthony Edwards, like
Oh, I mean,
smiling
I've
at
seen him.
KD because they played like 2 games to end the season, like in 4 days or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like 2 of their last 4 games between the 2 teams were against each other, and then they get paired up in the first round. And it's like, I thought it was kind of cool, like when he cooked. He didn't really cook KD, but like when he, you know,
He hit a couple shots
when he
over
hit the hezzy, you know, step back and like he's like, you know, like celebrating in KD's face, and KD was like smiling back because Ant-Man said like, oh, like KD's my favorite player.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's kind of like he's like, I think it feels good. Like obviously KD doesn't want to get cooked, but it feels good that he like knows that like he influenced this guy to be so good because he's like, oh, KD's my favorite player. I want to be like KD, and then you see him do things, and you're just like, I don't know how you take that.
People
like,
were comparing that to KD and Kobe, when KD was like chirping at Kobe in their, you know, when they played against each other. And I think Kobe might have been KD's favorite player too, probably if that was a comparison. So I think it's cool how it like, first of all, it makes us feel old because of like how it's changed. Because you see how young KD was and how that didn't feel like that long
it
ago.
makes him feel not us.
And now, like, well, we've been watching it for a while too. So like we've grown up with it. I love it though. Anthony Edwards.
I think that's a fantastic series because like what
He's a
Ant-Man's
dog.
doing, but like you can't count out KD because he's obviously Kevin Durant. Like Devin Booker can draw 50, and then Bradley Beal could draw 50. Like that's what's crazy.
Everybody was like, "Yo, he was right when he said they have KD, but we have Jaden McDaniels." Yeah, I think. I don't know. I love Anthony Edwards though. He's a dog. Like he was telling, he was like, "This is what I told you. This is what I effing told you."
Sons. Nah, he's cooking for real, man.
Yeah, I think the only thing you can do with KD is laugh it off because, like you said, he's an inspiration and he knows what that's like to be the young guy chirping at the legend or whatever. So, you know, you see what Ant said about KD like after the game too. He said he's watching him during the game, the shots he said, he's just like, man, that motherfucker is nice, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you get to that point where I can't even imagine what that feels like, to where you see the greatness. You're playing against it, but you also can perform on that level at the same time and like combat against it. You know,
KD had 31.
like
on
KD had a great game.
11 of 17 shooting. That is crazy.
Yeah, but Ant also just
Ant goes
nice
14 of 24 for 33,
Yeah.
which is like crazy.
The excitement with Anthony Edwards, I think, is what it was supposed to be with Zion Williamson. Now Zion is still exciting.
Zion
He's
was
still
good
there.
because he dropped 40.
No, Zion's fine. But I'm saying like at this point, like Zion took a while longer to get there.
Oh yeah, but it was
Because
also
he was
like
injured
and stuff like that. yeah.
But nah, the next couple of years, the faces of the league, it's split up between like 6 different guys that could really be like the face of the league at this point. You know? and that's
he is. I think he is for the younger generation.
he
I think
is one of the top.
personality-wise and stuff like that, it's hard to not put in. It's like because he's one of those you can't hate.
True, but like Wemby's gonna be probably like
But yeah,
the
obviously,
most
but
marketed
yeah.
one. You still have Luka, you got Shea, you got Jason Tatum, who's gonna be up there too. Like
Ant-Man.
I know. Like the fans will take Ant-Man, but
No offense to Jason Tatum, he's great, but
no,
I'm a little mad at him now.
Did you think Miami was gonna win without?
No, I just don't think that he should have thrown Jaime to the floor for no reason and then say, "What are you gonna do? Cry?" When all we've seen Jason Tatum do is cry. So I'm not gonna say anything like. Jaime
Get into it.
Jaime just goes, "What are we doing? Like, what the f are we doing?" And Jason Tatum goes, "Oh, like, what are you gonna cry now?" And then everybody wants to get on Caleb Martin for the foul when Drew Holiday. Video evidence. I can't take you writing it down. Video evidence that Drew Holiday went into Caleb Martin. Can you agree?
Yeah.
Thank you. Non-Heat fan. Thank you. He pushed him, and then that's why Caleb flew into Jason Tatum. And then I get that Scalabrine is like, they called a foul, like they called a timeout, and then that play happened, but it's like. There's video evidence that he wouldn't have crashed into him, that he was put there, or that he was.
It looked like he was going for the rebound and then stopped because.
And then got pushed into him. Like it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter how big you are. It doesn't matter if you're bigger than the person doing it because we've all seen it. NBA on TNT, Shaq got touched by Kenny and fell into a Christmas tree. Shaq is 7 foot, 200 something pounds. Kenny's like 6'2", right?
I love seeing
like
that clip
100,
every year.
Like 180 pounds, 190 pounds, and he just physically shoved Shaq into a Christmas tree. That's almost impossible, but it's because he's in motion, and when an object is in motion, it stays in motion. You see, I paid attention in science class.
I was gonna finish the sentence, but I didn't know if you wanted me to. So.
I did. That's why I pointed at you.
Oh,
but
okay, my point.
whatever.
It stays in motion.
There we go. We'll just cut that out and put it in, and then so he shoved him and he goes flying into him, and I knew Miami wasn't gonna win. You're talking about the team that's first in the East. Right, with a completely healthy roster, and then, you're playing against a team that Tyler Hero didn't play good. They're missing their biggest piece because Jimmy played 3 quarters with an extreme MCL sprain, which not even the doctors were surprised he stayed, and not even Shams surprised he stayed. No one was, questioning why he, if he would have left the game, they would have been like, oh, yeah, that's fine. You need to leave the game. And he was like, nah, I'm staying. Basically a decoy, like when Tyler Hero broke his hand against Milwaukee, and he was just like, I can't shoot, and they, throw him a ball.
And then he shoots.
Jimmy was what was he supposed to do? Jimmy was basically there like, yo, I can't move. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Almost like, breaks his leg in half but still plays the game. But, Jimmy sucks and all that. So.
No, I think they play tonight, right?
They do play today.
Yeah, because the Suns Mavericks is also.
No, they don't play today. They play tomorrow. I don't know why I said that.
The Mavericks are
playing. I don't know why I said that. I saw it too. It's Suns Timberwolves at 7:30.
Yeah.
Pacers Bucks at 8:30, and then Mavs Clippers at 10. You think so?
Tyrese.
You think?
Everybody that's hating on him be like, oh, he fell out. He's so overrated. I just think he was never the same after the injury. Like he was balling before he got hurt, and then.
Well, I mean, he only took 7 shots.
I know, but I think
it doesn't help when you have Pascal too.
I think he'll be all right.
I mean, Damian Lillard had 35 and then didn't score. So
Dame.
He had 35 at half and then didn't score. So
Dame is him. He was just trying stuff, bro. It was going in.
Oh, I'm not saying Dame is not him. I'm just saying
it was so funny.
If they can contain him, I think they have.
Is
a
Giannis
chance.
still out?
Yeah.
What was his injury again? I don't remember.
Achilles. He I think it's listed as a calf sprain, but remember he tweaked it looked like the Achilles. He was grabbing it, but we never saw it we never saw it snap like KD or.
Embiid re-aggravated his injury on a dunk.
I think everybody's saying, "Oh my God, it's a scratch." I think that's a stitch. Well, I doubt it's a stitch because he didn't just get surgery, but he had surgery on that knee, and he started bleeding from that side. It might have, or maybe the scar. I think that's what happened, and nobody it might not be. It might literally be that he just started bleeding for no reason, but because it's the same knee that he had surgery on it, right?
I believe so.
It could be the scar or something, and that's I was just a little scared when I saw it because I was like, I hope it like you never want somebody to like be hurt like really bad, like for good.
It wasn't even really contact either. He just like
No, he
came
just
down
like,
on
down. Yeah, and it's like it looked like it was bleeding from where he had surgery, and I was like, I hope it's not like a case of, you know, he like reopened the scar or something, because I know that's like really bad.
Yeah. Bro, the Sixers, that game, Sixers Knicks, the ending. Do you think that was a foul? Because at first I was like, oh, he got absolutely annihilated. Then I saw the courtside view.
I think it was pestering, yeah.
I saw the courtside view. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, he didn't get fouled. He actually just like flopped or whatever. And then when he fell on the ground, like Josh Hart backed away from it. He didn't push him to the ground. Yeah. He fell. And then the only questionable thing, which what they're filing the grievance for, is the missed timeout calls. Because you see it on tape. Nick Nurse called for timeouts twice. Oh. And when they put this side by side of like when he called the timeouts, when they had the ball, and when he was talking about it, he did. I don't know how the ref did.
I didn't see like the side by side. So.
No, yeah.
I saw him talking about them.
No, you got the video shows him being like, and then you go back and watch the replay of that whole sequence with like the Mike Breen band. I've seen a lot today. Like you can see Nick Nurse in the background calling for a timeout, and the refs just ignore him. So that's a huge miss because that's game changing, and then they ended up winning. But Dante DiVincenzo,
he good enough to get a double bang from Mike.
Last night was on
crazy. He didn't give that to Ray Allen shot.
Last night was on crack, bro.
I hate it. That was only the 6th double bang Mike Breen has done. It was that.
I thought he had done more than that. Then I saw all of them this morning.
It was the Curry. It was the Eric Gordon. It was the.
I think Curry's is still like the most iconic.
One of the most iconics.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown, back. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're never gonna forget those.
I always think that like Ray Allen's has it, but it doesn't. It only has one. Like the running back
James
shot.
catches, puts up a 3, won't go, rebound, Bosh, back out to Allen, his 3-pointer, back. Yeah, it's just one.
It's only one, like which is kind of crazy, but yeah, it's DiVincenzo, it's Gordon, it's
Luka in the bubble.
Luka in the bubble.
I watched that happen live too.
I don't know why I just forgot.
That was
Stephen
insane.
Curry.
Me and my brother were watching that together.
I think does Harden have one?
No, I don't think
against
Harden.
The Lakers, where like Kuzma walks back, it might be. Harden, I don't remember. But yeah, it's only like 6.
I don't think Harden was on there.
It's only 6, which is kind of crazy.
Mike Breen is, bro, him and Kevin Harlan are my favorite commentators. Like, Kevin Harlan's call on the Jamal Murray shot was also, like.
The one from last night?
Yeah. Goosebumps, bro. Like,
yeah, Kevin Harlan goes.
Genuinely.
He does a lot of Dolphins
That
games.
moment pissed me off. Yeah, he does. I've watched compilations of him calling, like, he's got Hill. There's compilations of literally he's got Hill.
What do you call this? CBS, and he does Miami's basically on CBS almost every game.
No, he's awesome, bro. Like one of my favorite call is probably, well, I'll say top 3. Last year, March Madness, Virginia versus Furman, I think, or whatever it was.
Yeah, the first round.
Yeah.
The
upset. Like that call is gonna be one that's around for ages, bro. That people are gonna look back and be like best March Madness moments ever.
Since we're giving love to announcers, I want to give a love to John Sterling. You know who John Sterling is? I don't know if you saw it on social media. He was the Yankees radio announcer.
Is he retiring?
He retired effective immediately earlier last week, and he had like 5,000 straight games. Never missed, like whether he was sick or not, never missed a game. Called Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera's entire career. And shout out to him. He has a couple good ones. You got to like watch him. Like so he does a lot of like he brings a lot of personality into it where it's like
it's Eric Gordon.
It is Eric Gordon. Yeah. No, I know, but that was the clutch, but there's another one. Oh no, yeah, it was Kuzma missing the shot. It was Julius Randle.
Julius Randle against Miami.
Miami gets under twice. Miami's under twice.
And then you had this game, I believe this was Knicks Celtics. Wasn't this a season opener like 2 years ago?
I think so.
I remember this game went to OT, and what's his name? European dude on the Knicks at the time had like 4 threes in the like OT. He was going crazy. I forget his name.
Fournier?
Yeah, Evan Fournier was balling that game, bro.
But no, yeah, John Sterling. Like, my favorite call of him was when he called a Bryan McCann home run. And he was like, well, he always said, it is high, it is far, it is gone. Like, he always had the same home run call, right? But he was like, it depending on who you are. And it was like Bryan McCann. He's like, oh, yes, McCann can. Right? Like, oh, yes, McCann can.
Yeah, McCann can.
Austin Romine, he's like, Romy, my homie. Like, he always makes it, like,
That's funny.
personal to, like, the player. And
Yeah.
I think that, like, I mean, I always thought he was legendary. And, you know, so shout out to him for retiring. But I think he was probably one of, like, the baseball ones I looked up a lot. But I think Kevin Harlan is so good at both football and basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike Breen is, like, iconic in basketball because of just bang. Like
NBA, like Mike Breen is.
the GOAT.
Yeah.
The GOAT, for sure.
He, I don't know, man. That whole, I don't think it was a foul. The 76ers complaining about it isn't going to do anything about the outcome of the game. Like, what are they going to do? They can't reverse it. They can't make them replay, you know?
Yeah.
So, womp womp, I guess.
Bro said womp womp. That's crazy.
On to
Nah,
game
shout out Josh
3.
Hart. Shout out Josh Hart. 48 minutes and 0 seconds he played.
You want to talk about minutes? How does DiVincenzo not have enough minutes to qualify for most improved player?
Did you see that? Did you see by how much he missed it?
Like 9 seconds or something like that?
Yeah.
How does that even, I didn't even know there was a minute.
9 seconds.
I didn't know there was a minutes requirement. Is that one of the new things they
65
added?
total games.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to play what?
How did he not play 65 games?
Stop screen recording. 48 times 65.
Everyone's like, he's playing.
3,120 minutes. He was probably 3,119 minutes.
Everyone said he played under Tom Thibodeau and didn't have
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Not enough minutes.
not enough minutes. Like, Josh Hart, how is he? This is what leads to injuries, bro. How is Coach Tibbs just making these guys just run?
For 48 minutes straight.
The bench players must be like, Coach, come on, bro.
Get me in the game.
Please get me in the game.
Like, let me play. I
He's
swear.
just like, nah, I'm riding with my guys, bro. Hey, it works for them, I guess. I feel like no other coach could use that tactic,
No.
and it worked. But Coach Tibbs,
But he was the least. You saw the anonymous player post, like, least coach you would least want to play with.
why? Because they run it all the time.
Yeah. You saw the coach they chose to play for the most.
Eric Spoelstra.
Spo.
But there was one. I think the Knicks guys, of course, were defending their coach.
Oh yeah.
And they said, like, the stuff that he's done, which is true, 2 seed with the Knicks.
Oh no, you can't do
He's
that
all year.
He's not
Like,
a bad coach.
He should have been at least nominated
Yeah.
for Coach of the Year.
He's
For what
not-
they've been able to do with that
He's
organization.
not a bad coach. I just think that the players in that poll, the reason they didn't is because they don't want to run the 48 minutes.
I mean, if they're being honest with you, yeah, I don't want to play 48 minutes every day. Like, imagine playing a back-to-back, 48 minutes both times.
No, I'd pass out on the court.
No, you got to be
like
dead.
They're gonna.
I
Call,
would die.
They're gonna have to call
would
timeout
die.
and bring a stretcher because I'm gonna be like.
My
on the
legs
floor.
would stop
And they're
working.
gonna say, "Whose fault is it?" Bro, it's coach. Dog.
Coach.
Been running my minutes up.
Coach, please, Coach, let me sit down. He's just like, nah, get on the court, bro.
Nah, but shout out Tibbs, man.
Yeah.
He's a good coach. He's not a bad coach, and that's crazy coming from me as a Heat fan. But
I think the one that's made me sad the most, because I know I just said, I still believe it. The Mavs are not done. They're down 1-0, and they lost pretty badly to a Clippers team without Kawhi, right? Yeah. They lost by like 30. That was bad. Kyrie had a game, though. I think he had 31. So the rest of the team just was no help. And they won't be that way tonight. Just watch. He was trying to coach those guys up and be like, we got to stay in it, because he obviously has experience having won a championship. He's probably the only one. I won't say he's the only one on that roster that has, because there's probably some random person that maybe got a ring. But he's the biggest star that's won a ring on that roster, so he knows what it takes. And I think they'll be okay. They're still in LA, right?
they lost by 12.
Lost by 12. Oh, they were down 30 early on.
Yeah.
I think they'll be all right. He had a big fourth quarter. He did what he could, but as long as they start out hot, who knows? Who knows what happened? I see it going, if we're getting predictions, I see it going 1-1 in that regard. It's one of those series that it's not over.
It's not over till it's over. It's not over till it's over. But yeah, no.
Right here. The Mavs are not done. They're not done. When I write it down, it's going to happen.
Oh, okay. Word. So the Lakers are.
They're cooked. It's over.
Okay.
They're down 2-0. I don't care. They're not going to win 4 straight. And if they go to 7, it'll be in Denver. They're not winning.
All right. I was just making sure.
Ooh. Yeah. No, will it be on 2 in Denver,
Yes.
2 in LA?
Yes. 1-1-1.
Yeah.
NBA does 1-1-1.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, baseball I know does it differently. That's
How
why
does baseball do it?
2-3-2.
2-3-2?
Yeah.
Is it not a best of 7?
Yeah. 2.
2-3-2? Why?
So because that
Does home team get like the?
baseball you play back to back though. Remember that. So you'll play.
Oh, so it's not like
You'll play Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Fly Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You're playing. You fly Sunday. You play Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, that makes sense. So you're not like flying between Monday and Tuesday, and then yeah.
It's home team. It's a higher seed, lower seed, higher seed.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do 3-2-2. 3-2-3-2. So I always have to like differentiate between the sports when I'm trying to say the series.
Which team was most surprising for you that didn't make the playoffs this year?
In the NBA?
Yeah.
The Kings.
More than more than the Warriors?
No, the King.
The Kings are out. Yeah.
They are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, I think the Warriors have like had a bunch of up and downs in the season.
Yeah.
I think losing a guy like DiVincenzo hurts because we can see what he's done. So I think that was a big, like, I'm not going to say it's a huge reason, but
losing Jordan Poole ended up hurting them too.
Somehow. But I think that, like, DiVincenzo's a good 3-and-D guy that they need. And I just think, I mean, you know, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to play in the West, especially when a team that is so young gets the 1 seed, you know. Another team that's so, you know, that's pretty young gets the 2 seed, you know. It's like these younger teams are kind of the ones, you know, like there's no reason the Suns should have dropped till 6.
Yeah.
Or to 7. Where are the Suns are 7 or 6? The Wolves are 3 or 2?
The Suns should be 5. Oh, the Suns, sorry. I think they're 5 and the Mavs are 6, right? Don't the 5 and 6 play each other? They're 6 and 3.
No, 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5.
So the Suns should be 5. You're the 4 or 5 because the Mavs are.
Well, the Suns are playing the
They're playing
Timberwolves.
Timberwolves are 2.
So then they were 7.
No, Nuggets are 2. Timberwolves are 3.
Okay, yeah, then
6.
Then they're 6. Yeah, because I know you
got
look at the West more than I do, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah. No, the West it's so close, so it's like weird.
But I'm saying, like, you look at the 3 main players that the Suns have, and there's no reason they should have been the 6th seed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look like you don't think KD's gonna, you don't think LeBron's gonna be a play-in.
They had a couple struggles in their season too. Like took a while for all their guys to get healthy.
You don't think the Lakers are gonna, you know, be a play-in team. You know, based off a couple years ago, you don't expect the Warriors to be a play-in team. But
they just won 2 years ago.
That's what's even crazier. They won it in 22.
And it's at the point where, like, there's rare moments where the internet is collectively on the same wavelength of like a moment like that. Like when they lost, immediately every outlet, everybody was like, "Oh, like it wasn't even like, wow, the Warriors lost." It was everyone saying the dynasty's over, and it was very reminiscent. There was just being like, "Oh, we're sad, but like 10 years of domination." It was really giving flowers to them, you know. They lost, and it wasn't like, "Oh, they'll be back." No one was really saying that. Everybody was like, "Oh."
Because
Clay's gone,
they're
older. I know, and it was just like, oh, shout out to them. They had their 10 years, but like, they're done, you know? And it was kind of sad, but also not because they terrorized the league for so long and we were tired of it. You know? I love this point where we have a bunch of young talent spread out across the league.
Why is it bad that they terrorize the league, but
because
LeBron makes it to the playoff 15 years straight and it's not terrorizing?
But
like
it would
now what Denver, like I saw a thing, what Denver's doing to the Lakers in the past few years is what LeBron did to the whole city of Toronto. Like now he's experiencing.
That is true.
Now he's experiencing not being able to like take, you know, a team. Well, it's not that the Raptors couldn't beat the Cavs. It was that the Raptors couldn't beat LeBron.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not like he's playing like garbage. He's playing some of his best ball.
I know. I'm
not
saying he is.
Almost 40 and expected to carry the roster when he's like, bro, we need to build this roster so I don't have to do that because I'm not 25 anymore. And the team's just like, nah, bro, you got it. You know. And like,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I think it makes so much sense. Like the whole, you know, what he's doing. It's what he did to Toronto.
It is kind of sad though to see the Warriors
because it's like, you know, you literally like Toronto was not capable of doing. And then obviously, you know, not to mention what DeMar DeRozan was like, you know, mentioned on the podcast and like what went through his head because obviously you don't want someone to do that, but it's like this man literally prevented a team that was, you know, a top team in the NBA to get to the promised land because he would just terrorize and dominate them. And now it's like, now he hasn't been able to go back since the bubble because, and it's like, okay, the Nuggets got beaten in the bubble. in the conference final because of the shot from AD over Jokic.
Yeah.
Now AD gets a shot hit on him. It's not a game. Or they didn't advance in 5, right? No, they advanced in 6 in the bubble, right?
I think it was 6.
So that didn't even do nothing. But it's similar situation where it's like they lose game 2 because AD can't guard, couldn't block it. I think it was like kind of ironic that he came on and said like,
he's never gonna get
I'm the best defender. I'm the best defender in the NBA. And then
the day
someone
after,
someone in the comments. It wasn't me. I swear. I just laughed at the comment. They're like, well, guess he's not the best defender in the NBA. And I was like, bro, people.
Nah, everybody was just
like, the internet is cruel.
They were just like, yeah, you didn't get the DPOI for a reason, bro. Keep playing.
I was like, yo, the comments. I was like, yo, the internet is cruel.
The internet is a cruel place for sure. But no, what I'm saying is like, it was much less enjoyable because it was Cavs Warriors. While it was fun to see them like
5 years
go
in a
at
row.
it, 4, because the 5th year was Toronto Warriors.
Oh, it was Toronto.
But 4 years in a row, to the point where everybody's like, all right, I guess we're
I
going to
just
see
knew that
Cavs
the
Warriors
Warriors
again.
were in there so much. No,
The Warriors went 5 years in a row.
Remember the memes where it was like LeBron?
Yes.
And like LeBron Droid and like Bronny, and then it was like
Yes.
Curry,
it was
like
Curry,
Riley. It was like his oldest daughter,
No,
and it was like
that's what it felt like though.
Yeah.
And now we're at the point where, like, every year you're like, oh, who's gonna take it? Who's gonna? Well, right now it's like who's gonna play Denver, but it's like who's gonna take it? There's so much talent spread out. We got young teams playing really well. We got OKC, like the youngest team, getting the 1 seed.
I think they have an average of 22 years.
They're barely older, or might be just as old as the North Carolina team.
They were younger than the North Carolina.
They were
team.
younger?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Where it's like you have so many different avenues and people to cheer for, and there's so much more like to tune into because you really don't know. Whereas at that point, the mid 2010s, you knew. You knew it was going to be the Warriors back and back.
Cavs.
You knew it was going to be the Cavs, or if not them, like Toronto beating the Warriors was crazy because Kawhi Leonard decided to be like, nah, I'm Thanos right now. I'm destroying everyone.
People are gonna
And-
say that it's because of KD.
You could say that, but you could also say,
I'm not gonna lie, classless by Toronto to laugh though.
yeah,
Like
no, I agree.
never forget they laughed at him.
But you see what I'm saying? After that, you had the bubble, and then Lakers won, and then you had Giannis and the Bucks finally getting one after being so close. Then 22, you got every year you've had a different one since.
Yeah, Warriors, Celtics.
Yeah, Warriors again. But the
Yeah.
the Warriors' 4th one was way more respectable because 1, no KD. 2, they had missed the playoffs. I think 2 years before that.
The year
Before that, and also
'cause
like
Curry got hurt. in
eliminated
21.
in the play-in. Also,
Curry landed on the step.
Yeah.
And like messed up his tailbone and was like out for the whole season.
I think
They
in
were,
the
like-
21 season.
They were like
yeah.
the 4th pick in the draft. Like they were like so high.
And then they lost to the Lakers in the play-in, I think, at some point the year before that. And then they came back and won the whole thing. So that was crazy. And then
I don't think they were a bubble team in 2020, right? Like they weren't even one of the teams
I don't
that
think they
made
were
it,
either.
right? Yeah.
no. But my point exactly, like that happened, and now you have the Nuggets. Just I don't know if it's rebuild or drafting right or a mix of both, but
A mixture of both.
they've gotten to the point where they just
Because they drafted Jokic, drafted Jamal, drafted MPJ.
you see that clip
They
of
bring in
Jokic.
KCP.
There was one super early in his career when this is the point where he was the guy you put in during garbage time, and the Nuggets were blowing out somebody, and he scored, and the commentator was like, "Oh, yeah, everybody's scoring at this point." He didn't even say Jokic's name. So like to see how far he's come from that,
To MVP.
yeah,
Back to back.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
potentially a 3rd-time MVP.
I'm not gonna lie though. I love Jokic, but have you seen the memes behind his
Which ones?
like 23.9 seconds when your team plays 23.9 seconds of lockdown defense?
I've been seeing the
and it's like-
TikToks of just like him
it's,
just chucking stuff up.
But it's have you seen the people they use for that? For those memes? Yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but
No, I know exactly what you're talking
it's
about.
kind of messed up, but it's funny.
But
Yeah.
it's true.
But yeah.
He just be throwing. Like I watched a compilation of the shots that they were hitting last year against the in the Western Conference Finals.
Nah, he
And
stepped back 1 foot sideways.
It was just like unreal. It's like how is
that was
he?
crazy.
They're just chucking
He
that
went
joint
here.
up, and it's just
He went here and it went.
like how do you beat that, bro?
You can't.
I was talking about Perkins. What did Perkins say? He said he wasn't talking about the Lakers or Nuggets, but who he said they could win. I think something about Miami.
It wasn't Miami. They could
They can make
go 100%.
every. They go 100%.
They go 100% from
three.
field in 3, and they're still gonna
Still
lose.
lose.
And everyone in the comments goes, "How is that possible?" They go. That's impossible. They
What
made
he's
every
trying to
shot
say
they
is they're
take.
not strong enough to beat the Celtics. Like, oh, people are rationalizing like, oh, if they go 40 for 40, but I go 41 for 80 or whatever, I'm still gonna win. And it's like, cool.
Well, yeah, but
they're saying I'm gonna outscore. But in the NBA, if a team does not miss, they're not losing a game. Like, what are you talking about?
That's crazy. If a
like,
team goes like,
they get the-
if they go 50 for 50 as a team,
They
just
get
give
the
them
shots off.
Give them the trophy. Give them the Larry O'Brien, because no one's doing that ever
It's
again.
one thing if they don't miss, but they also shoot a third of the shots. Sure, but they're going to get the same number of shots up, and if they're making all of them, Perkins, you are smoking crack. That's it.
Yeah.
One of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
All right. I want to move on to something else. So before we do, let's do. What are you putting? Perkins is smoking crack.
This doesn't say smoking. You can keep talking.
I just want to see what you wrote. We'll do. Who do you think is advancing to the second round? I'll tell you right now.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
you gotta
and
pull up
then,
the series.
So let's do the teams that are playing today. Suns, Timberwolves. Who's going round 2?
I'm gonna say Timberwolves.
Me too. Pacers, Bucks.
Bucks.
I think Indiana can beat Milwaukee without Giannis.
Indiana can,
Without
but
Giannis, I think that's why. If Giannis was playing, I would say Milwaukee. But
I think
because
Dame's gonna go nuclear.
he could. Dallas, Clippers. I mean, you're gonna say Dallas?
Clippers. I want to say
gonna say
Dallas,
L-
but I'm
I'm
gonna say
gonna say LA.
Clippers.
Boston, Miami.
Boston.
Even I gotta say Boston because Jimmy's not playing.
If Jimmy was playing, it'd be like, who knows? But
New Orleans, OKC.
OKC.
Yeah, I think.
I don't think OKC
They
will-
played a gritty game 1, but it's because OKC was a little off.
I don't think OKC will make it that far though.
I
think
this is just a second round. This is just
I
advancing.
know.
to the
I'm just
second round.
saying, yeah, their inexperience definitely shows a little bit.
Cleveland, Orlando.
I forgot the Magic were in the playoffs. I'm not gonna
All
lie.
the games are on NBA TV, and I only know that because I just watched JJ Redick on
Orlando
7 p.m. in
Magic.
Brooklyn.
Orlando.
Right?
Magic.
Shout out Carmelo Anthony's podcast. They had JJ Redick. He goes every series. He goes every game of that series on NBA TV. So I got Cleveland.
I got Cleveland too. I haven't been able to watch
New
a single
York,
one.
Philly.
I'm gonna go Knicks.
Me too.
Orange and blue skies, baby.
Listen, I'm a Heat fan and I can't, but what they got going on, man, you can't.
It's
not like
special.
them. If you like the sport, you cannot like.
I
them.
want to see Knicks Boston, bro.
That'd be crazy.
I want to see it.
Denver,
Jalen Brunson.
Denver, LA,
Denver.
Denver.
They're cooked. If it was 1-1 right now, I would have been like, maybe they got some, because then they can go up 3-1 potentially in LA or split it 2-2. But down 0-2, bro. Same thing that happened last year. They're done. They might not get swept. Denver might lose out on one game, but
So I wanted to move on to before I get
that over?
into baseball. Yeah, before I get into baseball, I wanted to quickly talk about tomorrow when you're watching this, because today's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yep.
So tomorrow, Thursday, NBA draft starts. And
Oh,
NBA
that's
draft.
tomorrow.
Golly, Brian Edward. NFL draft. There's some rumors. There's some rumors going about the men in blue and red, about the big men from New York, the G-men,
What are you talking about?
the Giants,
No, I know you're from
Oh.
the Giants, but what do you get to it?
that they want to trade up to 3 to take Drake May.
Really?
Yeah. But there's speculation. If they don't, they want to take Drake May, but if he's off the board, they will go to Malik Neighbors or Marvin Harrison. But they want to take Drake May only. But there's speculation that the Vikings are willing to trade up, are desperate to trade up to draft J.J. McCarthy at 3,
You think so?
which I think is the most Minnesota thing to do. But I just wanted your thoughts on that. I don't know if you heard that.
I've been seeing a
Milwaukee's
couple of the moves of like,
Minnesota's like, let me get up there because I want
Yeah.
J.J. McCarthy.
who they got right now? Sam Darnold?
Yes.
I say go for it.
I saw this thing.
Why not?
It was Jay Jettas. Did you see him hit the crossbar from the 50-yard line?
No, I didn't.
Bro, he hit the crossbar on throwing the football from the 50-yard line. They go, he's preparing to throw the ball to himself. That's what he's going to have to do.
I swear it was him and CeeDee Lamb that both didn't show up to like the
OTAs.
OTAs.
CeeDee Lamb, didn't show up to OTAs.
No, Justin Jefferson didn't go the first day either. He
No,
might
I
be
know.
there now.
I'm just saying. I know.
Yeah.
CD and I think he was too.
I thought Justin was out. To be honest, I thought he was gonna. He may be still under contract, but he definitely wants to be.
I think he's on this. Didn't he sign an extension or no? Is he just still on his rookie?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna look that up, but I think he's getting close to the point where I don't blame him. He should get out of there.
No, yeah, I don't blame
He
him.
should join
Kirk.
Josh Allen.
He should join Kirko down in ATL.
He probably loved that. He should join Josh Allen in Buffalo because they lost
Stephon.
Like that would be
Okay.
That'd be
Okay. I
good.
see what you're saying. Jacob.
like
I see what you're
all-star
saying.
quarterback, another wide receiver, younger who could really make some noise. Buffalo lost everybody, but anyways, I'm gonna look at how much time he has left on his.
So, I said I wanted to move into baseball. You're looking that up. There's big news that hit yesterday, and by yesterday I mean Monday. Aaron Boone.
He's still due for an extension. He hasn't signed one
Okay.
yet.
So the Yankees manager, right?
Oh, before you get into that, there is football news. Sorry, the Saints were thinking about trading up potentially, or if somehow Michael Penix Jr. falls to the second round, we pick him up and have him sit behind Carr for a year. I don't see why.
Did
but
you see? Oh my God! Now, did you see his bar? He was like, did you see his letter he sent to the
I did.
NFL coaches?
I did.
And he was like X-ray whatever. He was like, but an EKG test will tell you all you need to hear. And I was like, get this man. And I was like, yo,
Give me the studio.
Someone get him as your ghostwriter.
For real. But no, that was it. Some people were like, oh, just have him start. But the thing is, if he sits behind an experienced quarterback, regardless if it's Derek Carr or not, he can learn something, and then he could be something in the future. I still don't think a QB is what's going to save us, but having a young QB like him that will go out and fight
Yeah. Sorry.
would definitely help. Anyways, on to
Baseball news. Aaron Boone, Yankees manager. We talked about it a little bit. You saw him get kicked out. He got kicked out of the game because he said something to the umpire. Umpire said, if you say something else, you're gone. So he said, okay, stayed quiet. And then they proceeded to kick him out because a fan that was sitting behind him screamed. He's not even looking. He's looking at first base. And the umpire's like, that's it, you're gone. And he runs out. He's like, it wasn't me. I swear, like, I didn't say nothing. I was quiet. He points at the fan. He's like, it was him. And they still got kicked out. Umpires,
This
man.
is what pisses me
Officials.
off about baseball. Like, this is why I think it's so annoying that you can't. Like, there's really no way after the umpire says he's out that you can, like, combat that. Like, it's just. He's just gone, you know? Like, is there really no way to, like, challenge that or no?
You can't challenge an ejection.
I think it's so dumb because they get so pissed off for what, bro? Like, yeah, they're yelling at you, whatever. He's like, oh, I'm trying to do my job. But you can see the footage of a fan literally yelling, and he was begging me, like, bro, I didn't say anything to you. Like, I wasn't even looking at you. How are you going to throw me out? And he's just like, I don't care. You're gone. That makes no sense to me. Umpires piss me off. Probably the most of any officials in sports. It's umpires that I just can't say it. Like an umpire that has a power trip, I think it's worse than other.
But that's
refs
the
that have power
union, man.
trips.
The union, and at least in the MLB, they have the umpire union. So it's really hard to get him kicked out. Like Angel Hernandez the other day, I saw a picture where there was a ball. The Mets got mad. He was in LA, and there was a ball right down the middle, and he called it a ball, not a strike. And it was like, what are you doing?
And they can't get fired because of the union, like you said. Like, it's just.
It's really
They gotta do
hard.
something about that, bro.
I wanted to ask you this. The kid from Maryland himself, all right? The Orioles, right?
Yeah.
Have been making news recently. They just called up another top prospect today, or last night, Heston Kjerstad, shout out. But Jackson Holliday made his debut a couple weeks ago. I don't know how much you know about Jackson Holliday.
I know the name. People talk about him a
Other
lot.
the fact that he's younger than both of us.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He
too.
was born in 2003. He was the number one draft pick in 21, and out of high school,
Oh, I was about to say that's.
and already made his debut. Number one prospect in baseball, which the Orioles have had the past 3 years. They had the number one prospect in 21, 22, and 23.
Aren't they basically like OKC in
Yes,
baseball right now?
right now, yes. What do they call them? The baby birds. That's what they call them.
I didn't know that.
Because like how many prospects they have that are like in the top 100. It's crazy how good they are because they went through some bad times. Now they've racked up their farm system. But he is 1 for 30 so far. Only gotten 1 hit in 30 at-bats. He has striking out a boatload. And his OPS plus is minus 100, which will make him the worst hitter in baseball history.
Oh.
And a lot of people are starting to say that, like, oh, he's washed. Like, he's not deserving of the number 1 prospect. Like, send him down. I think he's just still nervous.
Mm-hmm.
The kid's only 20 years old.
How can you be washed when you didn't get a chance to start? You know?
Like, he's only played, I think, 8 or 10 games, something like that. He's only had 1 hit, but, like, he's only 20 years old. I think people fail to realize that. Like, Wemby did not do good in the summer league. That's the only thing I can compare it to. Wemby did not do good in the summer league.
So Justin Holiday.
And Wemby is
it Justin or Jackson?
Jackson Holiday.
Jackson Holiday is Wembanyama, is what you're saying.
Hopefully.
What does he play?
He's an infielder. So he was a shortstop, but they have a shortstop already, so they moved him to second.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, they taught him to play second. Basically the same thing, just a little bit different. Mm-hmm. Taught him to play second. But they have a kid that can play third base, Kobe Mayo, that's really good. They called up Heston Kjerstad, who's an outfielder. They have Colton Cowser up now. Like, they have so many prospects that is absolute. Like, their catcher was the number 1 prospect. Their shortstop was the number 1 prospect. Their second baseman now, Jackson Holiday, was the number 1 prospect. Like, it's actually absurd how good the Orioles are. But, yeah, he's struggling. I didn't know if you heard anything about that, obviously.
No, I didn't. I just.
Your family or something being from back, obviously, the
My
news.
family doesn't really watch baseball.
Well, I'm just saying the news talking in, Maryland because of him. But
you know what updates I get from Maryland, bro? There was a shooting the other day.
I saw a guy straddle a alligator. That's the news I get from Florida. Yeah. Welcome to Florida. Yes, I'm not kidding. I can show you the video.
You should show me the video, bro. There was just, I mean, I'm from a good part of the county. The county I'm from is not the best. So, like, the pages you follow, stuff happens. But shout out the Baltimore Orioles. They're,
Shout out Baltimore.
I didn't know that Angel Reese was from Baltimore. I'm not going to lie. I think I said this a couple episodes ago, but it makes sense. And she's going to fit in Chicago. Anyways.
I think so.
No, I didn't hear about that. I think I just saw the Orioles won yesterday. I don't remember who they played. But you think they're going to go farther in the playoffs this year than last year?
I think so. I mean, it's still too early to tell.
Because I know last year people were saying it's just an inexperienced thing,
Yeah, but it's really hard to tell. I can't find the video. Is it this video? No, it's not this video. I can't find the video.
Brian can't find the video.
I swear it was real. But yeah, no, I just wanted to see if you heard anything of that. But
oh, you see? Sorry, not to quickly switch back.
I want to tell you about Scotty Scheffler. I want to get into golf.
Yeah.
This mother effer just won the RBC Heritage in South Carolina.
I got an ad for PGA Tour on Instagram, and it was Scotty Scheffler and said, "Oh, another day, another win, another jacket or whatever." And I was like, I thought it was talking about the Masters, so I was like, okay, weird.
They give you a jacket for that one, like a little plaid jacket. He has played 5 tournaments this year. He's won 4 of them. You know which one he didn't win?
Which one?
Like what place he got in the one he didn't win?
What? Second?
Tied second.
Is he on like a generational run right now?
He's on a Tiger Woods 2000 run. What's crazy is in the women's side, Nelly Korda played 5 tournaments and won all 5 of them. And she just called out of this one because she says she's tired.
I'm tired of winning, bro.
No, like she's just tired of playing golf. So she's taking a break.
Yeah, because it's too easy. Winning all 5 is like,
because they don't stop. They play every day.
I'm just kidding.
I know, I'm just saying. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I got.
Dude, so
that's all I got for anything.
For golf? This may sound dumb, but this is like a yearly thing where it's just like 1 year somebody just decides to go off, and then the next year they don't really keep that up.
Scotty Scheffler's been going off for like the past 2 years. He's on the Tiger Woods run right now. Number 1 player in golf.
Is he like this generation's Tiger or?
Yeah. No, he's just this generation's Scotty. Because he even swings weird. So everyone tries to copy his swing, but coaches have told you if you do, you will end up in the hospital.
Because he's going to fall, right? Like the way he swings.
Of his feet, yeah. Shout out Scotty. But that's all I got.
That's your born talent, bro. I had a. I can't believe I didn't bring this up last week. This is a little basketball, really quick, because I got the thing on my phone.
Last thing before we end.
Jokic's brother punched a fan. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that today in class.
Bro,
It's crazy that they're probably not even gonna get in trouble.
No, because they're Jokic's brother. Be like, oh, they're Serbian, they can fight. That shouldn't be.
Someone said if it was John Morant's brother, they get suspended from the league.
No, for real. That shouldn't be a justification though, because it's just like, oh, they're Serbian. Serbians are aggressive.
Yeah.
Cool. You know, like he assaulted a guy. Anyways, the Team USA roster. We didn't talk about this last week. It was on my notes, and I didn't bring it up.
Unbelievable.
I think Kawhi, obviously great pick for defense. They needed that. Drew Holiday, same thing. But Kyrie could have gotten in there for Tyrese, bro. Like the fact that Kyrie's not on that roster.
I just think I mean, there's no really excuse for it. I just think maybe the only thing they wanted was playmaking with him and Drew Holiday. And Drew Holiday can play defense. I'm not saying he can't play.
No, Tyrese playmaking for sure. You know, his assist numbers are good, but I would say
I'm just saying
Kyrie can play make just as well. And
Oh,
he got the
I never
experience
said he
in the
can't.
Olympics too. Like when he talked about the age where they used to try out, why did they stop doing that? Like why did they start selecting? You know?
Grant Hill just said no. We're not going to try out. I guess I don't know.
I think it's dumb. But shout out to them. Team USA assembled the literal Avengers, and they're gonna win.
Curry,
it all.
it's
They're
Curry.
not losing by more
Curry
than-
and Braun on the same team.
bro. It's over.
And we have Embiid.
They were
And
saying
they have KD.
thank you. I think they lost to Germany last year, and it was like thank you Germany for starting.
No, they're saying thank you Noah Lyles.
Yeah, thank you Noah Lyles for starting
Saying
the
world
saying what he
champions
said.
of what, yeah.
Because now we're gonna get another documentary about this, and it's gonna be awesome. Because you had the Dream Team,
Yeah.
the Redeem Team, and we have yet to figure out what we're gonna call this one. But that's all I got today. Bryan, I do want to say really quick before they kick us out.
Before we get kicked out of our own studio.
Dang, that sucks. I didn't want to rush this. I can say this to you off camera too. I appreciate everything that you've done for
I
me.
know, it's the last one.
Like the last one, like
For a while.
literal godsend, bro. You're my boy for life. I love you, dog. I'm gonna miss you. This next year's gonna be.
It hit that this the last
I don't
one.
know. I'm gonna be running this. I don't know when this is gonna come back. We'll try to come back in the fall, but it'll never be. It'll never be the same.
It won't.
It'll never be the same.
It won't.
Gonna miss you. But that's all we got for season 2, episode 25 of the Players Club podcast. We'll see you in the fall with season 3.